Good morning, students. As we have started the structure of atom, today we will do the different models of atom. As you know, different scientists gave different types of model for the atom. At first, one of the scientists called Thomson's gave a model which is called Thomson's model of atom. But this model have some limitations, and due to this drawback or limitations, another model you will get, that is called Rutherford model of atom. And the Rutherford model of atom also have some drawbacks. That's why next you will get Bohr's model of atom. So Bohr's model of atom also have some drawbacks. After that you will get the quantum mechanical model of atom. So like this way you will get different types of model of atom which are given by different scientists. So we'll start from the beginning, from the Thomson to this quantum mechanical model. You should know about their model. Now first time we'll do the Thomson's model of atom. Thomson's model of atom. So what is Thomson's model? I will explain you. You can write the notes from the explanation. It's very simple. According to Thomson, every atom contains a positive sphere. I mean, it's a sphere, not the circle. It is spherical, and it is positively charged spheres. So according to Thomson, every atom contains a positive charge sphere like this, and the electrons of the atom, they are embedded inside the atom like this. Okay, this is about the Thomson's model. According to this model, an atom contain a sphere of positive electricity, and which the electrons are embedded inside the sphere, and which are sufficient to neutralize the atom. Which are sufficient to neutralize the atom means number of negative charges inside the atom is equal to the number of positive charges in the atom, and that's why it becomes neutral. I mean, number of positive charges and number of negative charges inside the atoms are same, and like this way it become neutral. Secondly, Thomson said how it maintains the stability of the atom. Actually, inside the atom, two types of forces exist. Some repulsive forces takes place, and also some attractive forces takes place. According to Thomson, the force of attraction is equal to the amount of force of repulsion. Like this way, they balance each other, and the atom becomes stable one. So like this way he explained about the stability of the atom also. So this is the model given by Thomson, and this model is also called watermelon model. You know it. This is also called watermelon model. Why it is called watermelon model? Because it's like watermelon, and the seeds are embedded inside watermelon. Like that way, here also atom contain a positively charged sphere, and the electrons are embedded inside the positive sphere. Okay, this is the Thomson's model. If you want to write about the model, then you can write like this. According to this model, every atom contains a sphere which is positively charged, and the electrons are embedded inside the sphere, and the number of negative charges become equal to the number of positive charges inside the atom, and that's why the atoms become neutral. And how did Thomson explain about the stability? According to Thomson, inside the atom, two types of forces exist: force of attraction and force of repulsion. According to Thomson, the amount of attractive forces, amount of repulsive forces balance each other, and like this way he explained about the stability of the atom. Now, although Thomson explained like this way, but it has some drawbacks. How the drawback will come? After discovering this model, another scientist called Rutherford carried out one experiment which is called Rutherford scattering experiment. This model cannot explain about the Rutherford scattering experiment. I will show you what is Rutherford scattering experiment. So that is why in question, if the question asks what is the drawback of Thomson's model of atom, then your answer should be this model cannot explain about the Rutherford scattering experiment. That is the drawback of Thomson's model. Now I will tell you what is Rutherford scattering experiment. So now Rutherford scattering experiment. What is Rutherford scattering experiment? Actually, after discovering this experiment, the Thomson's model was failed. So what is this experiment? Rutherford took a thin sheet of gold foil, and he passed some alpha rays. These are alpha rays which is coming from some radioactive element, and he passed some alpha rays through the gold foil like this. These are alpha rays. When the alpha rays are passed through the gold foil, then it is found that maximum of rays are passed through the foil without any deflection. They are passed through the foil like this. Maximum rays pass through the foil. So there is no such deflection shown by the alpha rays. But in the middle position, some alpha rays shows deflection like this. This also shows deflection like this. Some alpha rays shows deflection like this. They shows deflection, and a few alpha rays. Few means if you pass 20,000 rays, among that 20,000 only one. I mean 1 in 20,000. When the rays goes, the rays again come back. This is the experiment carried out by Rutherford. So when Rutherford pass some alpha rays are positively charged, and these rays are normally coming from radioactive element. When these alpha rays are falls on the thin sheet of gold foil, then it is found that maximum of alpha rays are passed through the gold foil without undergoing any deflection, and few alpha rays shows some deflection with angle greater than 90 degree, and a few alpha rays which come back again. Now what does it indicate? As you have got alpha rays are positively charged, these are positively charged rays. At the center of the atom, it contains a positive charge, and due to this presence of positive charge, since these rays are positive, as you know, positive always causes repulsion, so that's why they undergo deflection like this. Actually, these rays they do not undergo repulsion because the positive is present at the middle position only. So after doing this experiment, Rutherford found that maximum of rays passed through the gold foil means maximum of spaces inside the atom are empty space. That's why maximum rays pass through the foil. Few alpha rays shows deflection because some charged particle is present at the middle position of the atom, and a few alpha particle comes back. That means at the middle position, the charge which is present at the center, it is very, very small. So after discovering this experiment, Rutherford said that every atom contains a positively charged species at the center of the atom, which is called the nucleus. But this concept do not give by Thomson. That is why Thomson's model cannot explain about this Rutherford scattering experiment. And after doing this experiment, Rutherford gave a new model which is called Rutherford model of atom. So maximum rays pass through the foil means maximum spaces inside the atom empty. Some few rays shows deflection, that means some charged particles are present inside it. So every atom contains a positive charged particle which is called nucleus at the center of the atom. Thank you.